Hi, welcome to Tips and Tips Advice. I'm Karen, and in this video today I'm going to be doing this makeup look by Sabella Makeup. And it's a nice, I guess you can say it's like an olive green, and I like how bold that eyeliner is. So I've already went ahead and primed my skin and did my eyebrows. I did do some extra steps this time in my priming of my skin. I've been looking up information on how to help reduce the oil, or at least the look of it, of it affecting my makeup, and and of course moisturizing my skin and finding other products that really help to reduce wrinkles and just things like that. Now, my thing is this: don't wait till the wrinkles show up. Prevention is always key. It's kind of like, you know, working out. Don't wait till you get fat. Do a little exercise. You don't need to be a workout geek, but do some walking, do something physical. So I'm doing my prevention. So with that, all that said, so I got this Retinol Cream. It's vitamin A. I took a little bit of that and rubbed it on. Yeah, I can't guarantee whether it's oil free or not, but I wore it last night and my makeup was straight. So no oil. I was very pleased. Now granted, I used that along with, I put witch hazel in this. So witch hazel is a toner. That's another way to also reduce the oils and help to mattify your whole look. You can also use rose water. That's also a good toner, and you can use that as a setting spray as well, which I will be getting some soon. And of course, I actually want to make it. I just need to make time to go grab some, and you're just boiling it, and it's pretty easy. It's nothing difficult. So anyway, and of course after that, I prime my skin with Almay Color Corrector Primer. Now this is the purple and green tones, which with these colors, they help to tone down redness. So if you actually want to just use a regular primer and then, you know, get a separate color corrector, a lot of times they come in the whole palette, which will have the purples and the greens in there. And basically all it does is tone down redness. The lavender will help to tone down the redness of the overall skin. You can, if you want to narrow down pimples and things like that, then you can use the green, especially the deeper reds. You can use the green to really help balance it out and to remove that redness from underneath your makeup and just make it more seamless. So anyway, moving on. So I'm gonna get started. I've already primed my eyes. I've used my Wet n Wild primer to do the overall, and I also did something different. I used the primer and I rubbed it all in my eyebrows. So, and I only use powder. So I figure, you know, if you're going to use primer on every part of your face to help your foundation stick on, to help your eyeshadow stick on, and I'm using, I only used eyeshadow, by the way, for my eyebrows. Why not use primer on your eyebrows to make sure those also stay on? So, you know, you're not rubbing anywhere by accident, it just moves. So anyway, so moving on. All right, so I'm going to start with your transition color. And I'm actually going to start with this color right here. And this is from the L50 piece MaqPro palette. That was a mouthful. Alright, then I'm going to move on to this color. This is the bronzer from that same palette. And then I'm going to move to something a little bit darker, that one. And basically all I'm doing is just building up slowly, because I don't like it when you're trying to blend a really light color and it's a deeper color and there's no seamless. You can kind of tell the separation. It's annoying. So I'd rather go through the extra steps of making sure I come down shade by shade by shade. Alright, now I clearly need to find something darker, and that's my way of kind of figuring out these shades as well. Alright, and then I'm going to grab this. This is actually a palette from Femme, and it's actually a mix of blushes and eyeshadow. So I think I only got like I only got these two of the blushes right here, and all the rest are eyeshadow. So all right, so I'm going to be using this color right here, and I'm just kind of putting it all over the lid because I really want to have a nice transition color. I just don't want to just stop it right there. And this green color I'm going to be using is from ID Bare Minerals, and it is in Gracious. And I don't even know if it still exists because I bought it such a long time ago. Like, I know exactly when I got it. It was a while back. Yes, I still have eyeshadow from, actually, I barely even wore makeup back then, so, and this was the only thing I went and purchased. So that says a lot. And what I noticed about her, she actually extends. Yeah, she extended the whole color. So it's like, it's going like this and it's extended. And that will kind of give you that whole look, your eye looks longer. I actually like that. So if anyone's looking to make their eyes look more exotic, extending the lid color, you know, I think I might need to put some primer on that area. Well, that goes to show, just put some more primer on before you put your color on. Go ahead and put some primer on after you've done your transition color to really, you see the difference? I don't know if you can really notice, but I notice it. It really just popped. And I'm actually using this small little brush to apply this. Very useful. Alright, so now I'm just going to blend out the edges with this pencil brush. I'm going to apply just a little bit more eyeshadow right there because some look like came off a little bit. Alright, there we go. Actually, for the inner eye color, I'm going to be using this color right here. And this is from Wet n Wild, from the Vanity palette. And now on the lower lash line, I really can't tell what's going on because she's looking down. And I'm actually going to use NYX Proof It to make sure this lower lash line stays on. Almost forgot about that. And I'm just going to smoke out the bottom with black. Now moving on to eyeliner, I have to say I love this stuff. This bad boy goes on and does not come off. So if you don't have this, it's only $1. Can't beat that. Alright, I actually do want to add one more shade to the crease just to warm it up just a little bit more, just a little bit browner. I don't think it's brown enough, so I'm going to actually do this color. Let me see, the brown color. I'm just going to blend it out. And I'm going to put some more green on top of it. There we go. Oh, that's what it was missing. I'm just going to blend it out just a little bit more because I wanted the green to sit on top of the brown, not the brown on top of the green. Perfect. That was exactly what was missing. Just to share a little tip on color. If you ever want a bright color to pop out, you always need to use what's called a contrast. Contrast is always the dark. So you need to have light and dark, kind of like life. But no, seriously. You need to have both light and dark. That's what helps you really see the color. Actually, that is like life. You know, we have to have good and bad, because if we didn't have good and bad, we wouldn't know what the good things are and what to really appreciate. So, alright, so anyway, moving on to eyelashes. I've owned this bad boy for a while. I have not used it. So here, still using everything I have in 2015. Alright, so now moving on to putting on some falsies. Alright, so moving on. So since I wiped my face with the baby wipes, I wiped off some of the primer, so I need to go ahead and reapply that to make sure everything is, you know, set a-okay. Alright, and if you're wondering what just happened right here, I want to make sure I don't get powder in my hair. And in the beginning when I started doing makeup, powder would get all in my hair. I use baby wipes to try to wipe it out, and if you just styled your hair, you really don't want to worry about that. So putting on some type of bonnet to help stop the powder from getting in your hair, I definitely recommend it. Alright, and I went ahead and sprayed on some more of the witch hazel. Alright, so first thing first, I'm actually going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm actually going to be applying all my concealer, contour, everything first, and then foundation. Alright, and this concealer was, it's by Maybelline Master Conceal. All I can say is take it easy. This stuff is pretty strong. My first time applying it, I did way too much. Alright, and then I'm going to be taking this brown color from the MaqPro, the MaqPro Fard Cream palette. And I got this from Cinema Ready. And you can find a lot of pro makeup artist products on there with great reviews to kind of help steer, not kind of, but they do help steer you in the right direction. That's why I also got my little Femme products from as well. So make sure to check out Camera Ready. And I'm going to be using this brown tone in the corner here. And I love these palettes. I mean, oh my gosh, you have to check out their palettes. They have a wide range, especially for dark skin or just women of color in general, or just any woman. I mean, when I say the spectrum is so large, you can't go wrong. You can get any woman's skin color with that point period. So I'm just saying, check them out. Alright, and then I just put a, I mean, honestly, you could stop right here and just powder and, you know, keep it moving. You don't even have to even do anything more. But out of testing it out, I'm just going to put a little bit of foundation on here. Because this is going to be more for an evening look, so I can get away with this. But daytime, I will probably just stop right here and just pretty much call it a day. And I'm going to be using this brush because I really want to lightly go over it. I don't really want to be harsh with it. Okay, so as you can see, I contoured highlight first because the reason why I did that because I don't like it when I put my foundation on and then when I put the highlight contour on, it just looks, sometimes it's not even the contour, it's more the highlight. It can look so not real, and I really don't like that look. I like my looks to be, I mean, like, you look like you were born like that. Maybe it's Maybelline, but no, seriously, I like for to look so natural. So that's another reason why I opted to do this way, just to test it out, see how it went. And I did it last night and it turned out really nice. So I really realized that this works for me, and it allows you to have to brighten under eyes without it looking like, bam, I'm bright right underneath here. Highlight. What happened? Why is it not natural? Why doesn't it look flawless? And that's why. So that's just my personal, because my thing is this, if I keep doing the same thing and I keep coming up with the same results, I need to try something different. That was my method. And it happened on a fluke, I think. I can't remember why. But anyway, needless to say, it works. So it looks more natural, and then you can go back in with your powders and, you know, tone it. So if you wanted to make this darker, you could, like even much darker. I'm happy I went with this because this looked more toned, and I haven't even put powder on yet. Okay, so let's move on to setting this bad boy. Which that's another thing, that tip I got from that blogger's website was making sure you set your foundation very well. She said that's another issue. That's another issue that arises from oily skin, is just brushing on lightly is not enough. You need to actually like pat it on there, and using a pad is actually what she recommended, one of those little puff pads or makeup puffs, whatever you call them. So I'm just using this brush here, and I'm dabbing it in this NYX HD Studio finishing powder, and I put that on first, because when I put this on after, it really makes your whole face look lighter, and I don't need that. And for oily skin, she actually recommended way more, like using black soap, using Queen Helen mint face mask, using blotting paper. After you put on your foundation, use blotting paper to blot the oils off before you put your powders on. Using the setting powder, and actually she recommended black opal oil blocking powder. That's supposed to be really good as well. So I ordered that because I'm gonna be doing one of my friend's wedding makeup, and I'm so excited. So I wanted to make sure she is going to be looking flawless. So that's where this research came from. But check her blog out because she was detailed. She even had another setting spray on there that she recommended. And when I read the reviews, I mean, the reviews on Amazon, it was like all stars. Yeah, so check them out for sure. But so far, this is working. So if it's working, you don't have to push the limits. But, you know, if you're a makeup artist, then that might be different. Or you're thinking about doing that, then you might want to add that in just to be on the precautionary side. Alright, moving on to pressed powder for contour. I'm going to be using this Milani, and it's Even Touch Powder Foundation. Yes, it doesn't say pressed powder, but I like the color so much that I got this. So until I get my Ben 9 Pro, I guess palette or whatever, it's like a whole palette. It's only $50. It's on camera ready. Once I get that, it's the next best thing. But actually it works pretty well. It's a powder pressed. Go figure. So, and I'm going to be using this same flat brush. It's an e.l.f. brush, $3. Makeup Game On Point. She recommended this brush. She said she loves this so much, so I had to try it out. It's only $3. And so far it's worked great. I tried it yesterday for the first time. No oils. It helped to really press the powders in there. So compared to the other one that, well, I still like this, but I had already bought this one, this flat top kabuki brush, and I bought this for like 11 something. Great brush for smoothing in your foundation. Awesome. But $3, I can live with that too. So, and I realized even when doing makeup, you actually need more than one of these brushes, because when you're switching between colors, you don't have time to jack up your makeup because, you know, the brush is dirty and you need to clean it off. So I personally like that. Actually, another thing I like about this Milani, because I have yellow undertones, this really helped to bring back the yellow in my skin, and that was one of my challenges, was finding a pressed powder that had a yellow undertone. That's another reason why I got this. Because a lot of them, they're more on the cool side and not the warm, and when it jumps to the warm, it's like way darker than my skin. At least to have this natural, the initial natural look, and I'm talking about the highlight, not from the contour. So, yeah. Alright, then I'm moving on. This number is 240, and this is in Fit Me. And this is just a contour. Well, to do more of a natural contour, you can always go back in with a darker color. But if you just want something to look natural, like this is your skin, this is, you know, this is the look that I'm going for. I don't think all makeup needs to look extreme, especially when your eyes are bam. and I'm using this color right here because I really want something to settle. I really want the eyes to really be the focus of this whole look. How did this come off? How'd that happen? What was I doing? It's very, very creamy. And if you notice what I just did, I basically just blended out all the edges by matching my lips together. And then now it looks like what I sat there and brushed it on. So yeah, moving on. Alright, now I'm all done with this look. I'm going to set it with this Witch Hazel spray, and then I'm going to set it with a glycerin setting spray that I made as well. But I'm going to let them dry in between. Alright, and I'm doing the Witch Hazel to make sure that it mattifies my makeup. That's what the toner acts as. And I'm going to let that dry first so I don't have my makeup all wet. You know, and then it starts looking muddy. And you don't want that. Muddy and oily. And of course, last but never least, make sure to clean your nostrils to remove all the powders from your nostril hairs. Because, yes, it's there. Trust me. Look up and it's there. If you use setting powder, it's there. Alright? Thank you for watching, and make sure to subscribe if you like great videos like this, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, loves.